What's good, my people? Godfrey here at Boxer Redeemed. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Tomorrow night we've got a fight, Usyk versus Anthony Joshua. Tough fight for both fighters. Absolutely buzzing. I'm about to have probably a lot of friends and family coming round to watch this fight, so you can imagine it's a huge fight. But I just want to get straight into it. You know, Anthony Joshua, Oleksandr Usyk, obviously the first fight was very close. Not as close, obviously, as, you know, not like controversial type of close, but it was, I think, in my opinion, let me just put it this way, I think Anthony Joshua did quite well. Though he lost probably by 4 rounds in most cards, I think he did all right. I know the game plan was probably not the right one. But in terms of the game plan that was given to him, I think he did all right. But yeah, Oleksandr Usyk, look, he's an elite fighter, top tier fighter. We all know that. I think I just want to get right into it because this is a prediction, baby. Prediction. So Oleksandr Usyk, how good is Oleksandr Usyk? Well, let's start with his amateur career. His amateur career, I believe, stands at 335 wins with only 15 losses. So you can imagine, look, that pretty much says it all. You know, he's had a very, very good amateur career. He's also an Olympic gold medalist as well. So that alone is, you can imagine, that says it all. He's also won all the belts in the cruiserweight division before he moved into the heavyweight division. So he's one of the few that's, you know, become the undisputed cruiserweight champion. So look, he's pretty much done everything. And look, let me put it this way: not did he just become the undisputed cruiserweight heavyweight champion, he won all the belts and he defended those belts as well. So that's a lot. You know, that says it all. He currently holds 3 out of the 4 belts in the heavyweight division at the moment, and he also sits at number 2 on the Ring Magazine rankings for the pound for pound. So that alone, you know, out of all the divisions, he stands at number 2, pound for pound, pound for pound. Number 1 also with the Ring Magazine for the heavyweight division. So ultimately, look, it is no secret, the guy is a force to be reckoned with. Top tier fighter. Anthony Joshua, also a very, very good heavyweight fighter at the moment. His amateur record stood at 40 wins and only 3 losses as well. So that's a good amateur record, especially in the UK. It's a very good one. He's also a gold medalist. Okay, the gold medal that he won, yeah, people still talk about it. It was quite a controversial one. People think he shouldn't have won it, but look, he at the end of the day, he's still a gold medalist, so you know, it's one of those. But prior to his loss against Usyk as well, he won 3 out of the 4 belts in the heavyweight division, and also a 2-time world heavyweight champion. If he beat Usyk this Saturday night, he becomes a 3-time world heavyweight champion. So look, we can say they're both tier top fighters coming together head to head this Saturday night. But yeah, I want to know how well they've prepared for this fight, and I actually watched the the press conference not too long ago, and Team Usyk pretty much said that Usyk, you know, done a lot of bike riding, 100k bike rides, long distance swimming sessions, and in terms of the weight that he's come in, he looks very well, good shape. And the same goes with Anthony Joshua. I've heard from Team AJ that, you know, he's been knocking out his sparring partners, and he's coming about 4 pounds heavier in terms of their weight. AJ weighed in at 244 pounds, and Usyk pretty much came in the same as he did last time round. He came in at 221 pounds. So they're both looking very good condition. Let me just put it that way. Looking very, very good condition. Stylistically, in terms of how they match up, you know, Usyk is the shorter guy, the tricky southpaw, awkward southpaw, who's also a very, very smart boxer. He, you know, digests information very, very well and looks to capitalize on your mistakes later on in the rounds. So, you know, that's the type of fighter, you know, he is. Whereas AJ is the bigger, powerful guy. We all know, you know, he hits really hard. And likes to impose his size onto his fighters. Unfortunately, he didn't necessarily do that in his last fight against Usyk, but generally that's the typical way he likes to fight. So for me, I think stylistically, it's a good matchup. Definitely a good matchup. You've got pretty much the boxer against the fighter. You know, the one guy who likes to box around you, dance around you. You've got the other that likes to take you out. So I think it's a good styles this time. I do think it's a good style. In terms of strengths, look, Usyk is the awkward guy, the awkward southpaw, tricky southpaw. In terms of boxing IQ, is really up there. So, you know, I think he's going to be really tough to beat. You know, he's one of those fighters that you could call him the provocative boxer. You know, he wants you to commit, he wants you to make mistakes so he can counter you. And that's the way I've, you know, seen, you know, that's how I've seen him. Like he likes to make his opponents commit to make mistakes, and then he capitalizes on it. He also has a very, very sneaky jab. He almost jabs you so he can blind you. So he almost like throws in his left hook. So he likes to set up his combinations with that jab that he blinds you with. And honestly, I think Usyk is probably one of the most accurate punches I've seen. He's so accurate. You know, he's so exquisite with his punches, and they're so precise. He likes to just, I don't know if he almost tries to land the same punch every single time, but what I've seen is that when he tries to land that left hook, most of the time it lands on the chin like exquisitely. And he doesn't really throw it hard. He just throws it so precise that it knocks his opponents out. So that's the type. He's so sneaky with it. Very sneaky. Obviously, he has very good footwork. Understands his range very well. And, you know, he's very awkward in and out with his range. Jumps in and out. And he likes to dance around you. So, yeah, very good. And when it comes to durability as well, look, he's never been knocked. Well, he has been knocked down, I think, probably in the Olympics. And in the amateurs as well, knocked down, not knocked out. But we know he's very durable, has the stamina to go all 12 rounds, and he fights at a very high pace. So he likes to control as well. That's what I've seen. I think he likes to control the fight. He has a fantastic rhythm, and he likes to control. He wants to be in control of the fight. In terms of weaknesses, what I've seen is that he struggles to fight on his back foot. We saw that against Derek Chisora. I actually saw bits against Anthony Joshua the first time round. When Anthony Joshua was on the front foot, he wasn't very effective on the back foot at all. So he struggles with that. He tends to just uses the high guard quite a bit when he goes on the back foot. And he is able to get onto the rope. So that's the challenge for me. I think there is not much weaknesses that he has, but what I've seen is that because he's worked so well on fighting on the front foot and normally fights on the front foot quite frequently, and when he's on the back foot, there's not much of it at all. There's not much coming back. So I've seen that as well. In terms of the strength for AJ, look, we all know he hits really hard. He's the powerful puncher out of the two, and he can knock anyone out. Honestly, he can knock anyone out. So he has that killer instinct. If he sees you hurt, he will capitalize on it and he will take you out. So, you know, he's very effective with it. Very effective. He has a very good knockout ratio. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if that occurred in this fight. But yeah, he's very good with that. He's got a solid 1-2. And also, people don't really say it much, but he has a very good left hook. He does really have a good, very left hook. And normally when he throws that left hook, he sets up with a straight right after. So I wouldn't be surprised to see those particular combination tomorrow night. So weaknesses of AJ. I think what it is with him, what I've seen is that when things doesn't go his way, he gets quite discouraged and almost doesn't know exactly what to do after that. And I see that as well when he gets hurt. When he gets hurt, he just looks a bit confused and not sure what to do, you know. Looks a bit lost. So I saw that especially against Usyk. He got hurt a couple of times, and his feet just wobbles, and you're not entirely sure where he's going to go with it. So hopefully this time round, he's mentally there. I think as well his stamina. I know he went 12 rounds with Usyk the first time, but look, from round 9 to round 12, he didn't win a single round. So he literally fought well up until the round to the 8th round, put till the end of round 8. But from round 9 to round 12, I don't think he was able to keep up the pace. The question now becomes of whether he was tired or whether Usyk picked up the pace. We don't know, but we will see. So yes, he can go 12 rounds, but can he go 12 rounds with Usyk at such a high pace? And that's the problem. So with Andy Ruiz, he went 12 rounds with him. We know that he did really well, but Andy Ruiz don't fight at a high pace. He fights at a slow pace. So there's a huge difference fighting 12 rounds with Andy Ruiz and 12 rounds with Oleksandr Usyk. Oleksandr likes to fight at a very, very high pace. So this is one of the weaknesses that I've seen of AJ, is that he struggles to fight 12 rounds at a certain pace. Yes, he can go 12 rounds, but we have to look at the type of pace he can go for. So I think that's one of the weaknesses. He struggles to fight at a very, very high pace up until a certain point. So he may be able to fight at a high pace up until maybe round 8, but then up until the championship rounds, he starts to slow down. You can really see it. It's not like a little inch of stamina. You can really see he's slowing down. So that's one of the weaknesses that AJ has. Now it comes down, I think, for the prediction. I think for Usyk to beat AJ, personally for me, he has to obviously use his feet a lot and pretty much start where he left off in the last fight, in round 12 even. Fight at a very, very high pace from round 1. Just keep him at a high pace. Make him work for those combinations. Just make him tired, because all that muscle ain't going to be able to hold on for so long, So Usyk has to fight at gear 5 the whole time, just to make him think, make him work, and get him tired. So that, for me, that's how I see Usyk beating AJ. It's literally just take him into the trenches. He's got to make AJ commit and counter. So make him make mistakes, and just keep the jab in his face all day long. AJ probably going to come forward, be aggressive. So, when he tries to throw in his combination, just keep that jab in his face. Whereas for AJ to beat Usyk, I think AJ has to put Usyk on the back foot all night. And I don't mean necessarily fully. I think he has to be passive aggressive, almost like a Canelo. Make Usyk do all the work, and take away the element of control from Usyk. Usyk likes to control fights. He has to kill that rhythm. Don't allow him to take the center of the ring. If he allows Usyk to take the center of the ring, it's going to be a long night for AJ. He has to put Usyk on the back foot, even if he's not doing much, even if he's not winning the trades. If they're trading and he's not winning them, as long as he puts them on his back foot, it's going to be a lot harder for Usyk to keep up with like that, in my opinion. So he just can't allow Usyk to take the center of the ring. He just can't. He can't allow Usyk to do what he does best, almost dance around you, because Usyk likes to fight in circles. So if you don't put him on the back foot and just push him towards the ropes, hold him towards the ropes, push him all the way to the ropes, into the corner, get the ref to just separate you and start again, do the exact same thing. If you can't get much success, wrestle him towards the corner, wrestle him towards the ropes, and get the ref involved. Make him complain towards the ref that he's holding too much. He has to do that. He has to become quite rough in this fight to get any success. Because I remember Usyk likes to take control of fights. I do think he has to be very careful and be patient with his combinations, because as I mentioned previously, Usyk is very accurate and precise with his punches. So if he just rushes in and throws combinations, Usyk will land the punch on AJ that he doesn't see. And because he's so precise and exquisite, he can knock you out with those punches. He doesn't throw it hard, but he's very accurate with it. So I just think, because of how smart Usyk is, AJ has to be very careful and has to make sure when he's throwing in combinations, he has to throw in feints. He just can't just throw in the combination. He has to be very, very, very careful with it, in my opinion. And also, look, he has to let his hands go to the body. Go to the body. Go to the body. Because, look, a fighter, if you want to slow a boxer down, you have to go to the body. You can't just let him dance around you the whole 12 rounds. Go to the body. It will slow him down. He won't be able to use his body efficiently as he did in the first couple of rounds. So if he goes to the body, and if he does so frequently, I think it's going to be a long night for Usyk, in my opinion. And look, he has to work the jab. Keep the jab in his face. You're the taller fighter. You're the bigger man. Don't allow the short man to come in. Keep the jab in his face. Don't allow him to take control and run rings around you. Don't allow him to do that. Don't allow him to do that. And look, this is what they say about southpaw. They're open to the right hand. So throw that right hand. Throw those single shots if you have to, time to time. But don't be so obvious with it as well. So look, this is what I'm going to go for. If Robert Garcia and Angel Fernandez have AJ in the right state of mind, I can see AJ winning by knockout. This part is so essential. I'm saying it because I know AJ on paper should beat Usyk, because he's the bigger man. It's heavyweight boxing. We know in heavyweight boxing it's entirely different. If Usyk was fighting AJ in middleweight, Usyk will win, always. But because it's heavyweight, when you're getting those type of bricks laid on your face and your body, it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. So a good heavyweight boxer beats an excellent cruiserweight or middleweight, or because he's a natural heavyweight. He's the heavyweight person. He's supposed to beat him. He's the one that goes out and knocks you out. So look, this is how I'm seeing it. I've got AJ, if he's in the right state of mind, remember, and he's going out there to actually fight how Angel Fernandez and how Robert Garcia wants him to fight. I've got AJ winning by knockout. I'll say in 9 rounds. I can't see AJ wanting to go past round 9. I think round 9 is the round where AJ knocks Usyk out. But it has to be inside 9 rounds, I think. Anything inside 9 rounds, for me, I see it happening. So yeah, I can see that happening. I think AJ goes to the body quite well. I can see him going to the body in this fight, using the jab quite frequently and setting up combinations. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow AJ was able to even win on points. But I struggle to see that, just because the fact that I can't see him keeping up the pace with Usyk. So I see AJ starting very, very quickly, quicker than he did the last time round, and wanting to end it early. So that's my prediction. Boxing Redeemed will be back soon. Boom!